And joining us live now with more perspective is Stefano Rittendale. He is a former military intelligence specialist and chief intelligence officer at Artorias. So, Stefano, from a military intelligence perspective, what stands out most about these strikes?
Thank you so much for having me, and good morning. What I would say that stands out the most is two really key things. One, we are seeing this is really the first time the United States and Israel have done these kind of joint combined military operations. And what it shows is that both the United States and Israel, from a military to military perspective, have extensive coordination and really highlights something that maybe most people didn't realize. It's not very easy to coordinate such with two different countries, and the United States and Israel are doing it flawlessly from a military perspective. From an intelligence perspective, what I think it shows is that it continues to confirm that Iran and the Islamic Republic of Iran are deeply penetrated by U.S. and Israeli intelligence assets. The strikes that happened, the first wave that killed not only the supreme leader, but up to 40 senior political and military leaders of Iran, continues to demonstrate that even after last year's war, the U.S. and Israel have very deep understanding intelligence-wise and are able to track a lot of senior Iranian figures, and that's why the supreme leader was killed yesterday.
And do you expect this operation to stay on air only, or could we see further action?
So right now, based on the U.S. and Israeli military force posture in the region, it does look like it would just be, airstrikes and naval strikes into Iran. Both the U.S. Navy and the U.S. Air Force are doing deep strikes inside of Iran with these coordination with the Israeli Air Force. We have no indications of really a ground component. And to be honest, when the military started to deploy significantly to the Middle East, there wasn't really any ground component. So this is mostly into the air, and then the only air side that we have to be worried about from Iran is them launching their ballistic missiles, but we're not anticipating any ground invasion or battles.
And the million-dollar question is, what does this mean for the people here in Georgia, South Carolina, and across the U.S. who are concerned about those dinner table topics?
Right. So I think the main concern for American citizens, obviously, if you have service members overseas that are family members and all that, they are at risk. We have seen footage of American air defense assets, intercepting Iranian ballistic missiles and drones. So obviously, any American soldiers deployed right now in the Middle East are facing a significant risk in this war. From the broader sense, the main concern obviously is going to be kind of still the economy. Obviously, the Middle East and the Straits of Hormuz are major oil choke points. There is a possibility that Iran might start targeting Saudi Arabia, for example, or other countries' oil infrastructure. Right now, they've really only focused on civilian targets such as airports. There is a concern they'll start targeting oil refineries, attempting to target oil tankers in the Straits of Hormuz. That might cause the price of oil to go up and subsequently the price of gas. So that's really the broader sense, probably for the American citizens. That's where we would see the major impact if it does occur and this war drags out substantially.
All right, and finally, over the next few days, what key signals will you be watching to gauge where this is headed?
Right. So I think right now we've kind of already seen it. The Iranians have already announced kind of interim leadership to kind of replace the supreme leader. The things I'm looking at is what are the continuous strikes from the U.S. and Israel inside of Iran? Do they continue to conduct assassination campaigns against Iranian leadership and key figures and military figures to see if there's a broad breach? It looks like that right now, at least for today, we're not seeing any indications of an off-ramp. This campaign is probably going to last for another couple of days. So I'm looking to see if there's any off-ramps offered diplomatically to the Iranians to see if negotiations can take hold. And the other area is, what does Iran kind of conduct strikes? Like I said, yesterday we saw mostly Dubai and UAE targeted heavily. I'm going to see if they continue to target civilian infrastructures across the Middle East, or if we start seeing a transition to those strikes on oil refineries to see how the markets might respond on Monday with the price of oil.
All right, Stefano Rittendale, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.